Welcome to this video lecture series on ophthalmology for all. In this lecture, we will try to learn about chalazion, or also called tarsal meibomian cyst. In this lecture, we will learn about clinical features of chalazion, its symptoms and signs, and we will learn about its management. Definition wise, chalazion is a chronic, non-infective, non-suppurative lipogranulomatous inflammation of meibomian glands of eyelids. It is one of the common inflammatory disorder of eyelid and also is one of the commonest lid lumps which is seen. You can see here cross section of eyelid. The eyelid has got layers of skin, orbicularis muscle, hair follicles are there, and in the posterior part of eyelid there is tarsal plates containing meibomian gland. The function of meibomian gland is to secrete oily secretion which spreads over the tear film to delay the evaporation of the tear film. You can see here the picture of chalazion. Regarding the cause and progress pathogenesis of chalazion, there are predisposing factors such as it's common in children, young adults, and in patients with eye strain, people with habit of lot of rubbing of eyes, chronic debility. If excessive carbohydrate intake is there, then chalazion relatively is common. Regarding pathogenesis, how the chalazion develops, there may be some initial mild low-grade infection of meibomian gland with a less virulent type of organism, but later on there is no infection, but there is proliferation of epithelium and there is infiltration of walls of the ducts of meibomian gland. And there is retention of secretion. This retention of secretion will lead to enlargement of the gland. There is pent up secretion is there. It will create a lot of irritation and also it will create lipogranulomatous inflammation. Clinical features in symptoms, patient will complain that there is painless swelling of eyelids, there is mild heaviness of eyelids. There may be blurred vision because chalazion can induce slight curvature change in the cornea and it can lead to astigmatism, and there may be some watering from the eyes also. Regarding signs, when you examine the chalazion, it is firm to hard nodule like swelling. Common involvement is the upper eyelid, but it can be there in the lower eyelid as well. There is a reddish purple area on the conjunctival side of the chalazion. When you evert the eyelid, you can see this. And sometimes there may be more projection from the skin side also. Sometimes there is marginal chalazion also, which may be difficult to distinguish from style, which is a purely infective disorder. You can see here slightly away from lid margin, the chalazion is there, which is non-tender and non-irritant. Clinical course and complications, there may be complete spontaneous resolution in a small type of chalazion, but gradually in most of the cases it goes on increasing in size and becomes cosmetically unacceptable, or it may cause some blurring of the vision also. Occasionally it can burst on the conjunctival side and form a fungating mass of granulation tissue. Sometimes it is secondarily infected by organisms and forms what is known as hordeolum internum. Sometimes calcification may occur on a long-standing chalazion. Recurrent chalazion is there, one must suspect malignant change. For example, sebaceous cell carcinoma. Treatment wise, we may consider non-surgical or conservative type of treatment, we can think of giving intralesional injection of long-acting steroid, for example triamcinolone, in soft and small chalazion which are very near to the puncta, where you may think surgery may harm the puncta and canaliculi. Diathermy can be done for a marginal type of chalazion, but if chalazion, you can give oral tetracycline also for recurrent chalazion. But if the chalazion is sufficiently larger in size, cosmetically unacceptable, or if it is causing blurring of vision, then incision and curettage, that is a surgical treatment of chalazion, is required. Here you can see, first with local anesthetic xylocaine injection, lead is anesthetized, then chalazion is isolated and compressed with the help of chalazion clamp, which will minimize the bleeding and isolate the chalazion. Then from the conjunctival side, with a blade, we can put an incision which is vertical to the lead margin. The reason for putting this incision is we can minimize the damage to meibomian glands which are vertically oriented in the eyelid. After putting the incision with a chalazion scoop, we can scrape the content of the cystic cavity of the chalazion and remove the lipogranulomatous material from inside the chalazion, and then antibiotic ointment and firm pressure dressing is applied for 1 day to prevent any bleeding from the chalazion, and within few days this incised cavity will heal and patient will be cured of chalazion. Thanks for listening to this lecture on chalazion. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.